Yeah, g'day everyone, welcome back to the Morning Line. As we know, coming up this Saturday, the world's richest turf race, the TAB Everest from Royal Randwick. A cracking edition is upon us, and as we know, it's a race that is broadcast all over the world. And for the very first time this Saturday, a Spanish broadcast on track being beamed around the globe for the Spanish-speaking audience, of course, who we know are big into their horse racing. And a special guest joining me in studio today, Roberto Rodriguez from daily racing form on Espanol. Roberto, welcome to Sydney, mate.
Thank you, Luis. Thank you for having me. I mean, we are very excited for this opportunity and what's going to happen this Saturday. Okay,
tell our audience a bit about what is happening this Saturday. Obviously, a bit of a monumental event for a Spanish broadcast to be based on track at Randwick, and a bit about daily racing form as well. What you guys are, who you do, what you do.
Yeah, we started this platform 4 years ago. Daily racing form liked the idea and understood the idea, the necessity to have a platform with Spanish-speaking horse racing fans. And we created in 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, and since then I just took off. You know, we are becoming the most unique and largest platform of horse racing information in Spanish in US.
Tell us about a Spanish-speaking audience for horse racing. I know if you watch American horse racing, Spanish contingent is so large, not only through jockeys, but trainers and owners and even participants in terms of betting. So it's pretty crucial, I would think, to be able to broadcast an Everest to a Spanish-speaking population.
It has been one of the main, goals for us, is introduce all these big races to the Spanish-speaking audience, which we know it is so passionate about it. The growth is amazing. You can see that even in US and outside the US, and this is what the platform is for.
You've had calls of the Everest before in Spanish, but never an on-course broadcast. Was that something that came through people really loving what you guys were doing and say, hey, get there on track and get there for this big day?
One of the things that identify DRF and Espanol is we have been for the majority on site. We offer special coverage and unique coverage for the track partners. And I think it's what we did last year, it was so successful that took us to this year, to be here at the Everest. So, what's
your plan on Saturday for the broadcast? Are you going to be doing mounting yards? Obviously, you'll have the race called in Spanish as well. What's the setup going to look like on Saturday?
Well, interesting because we're going to do races preview. We're going to talk about Everest history and races. The races are going to be called in Spanish, which is very exciting. And I didn't know how much popular they are here in Australia. So we are very excited for that too.
It's a concept, the Everest, being a slot race that was, I guess, born from the Pegasus that was run in America. So this idea of a rich race with, buying and selling of slots is no surprise, I guess, to an American audience and a Spanish audience. So they must be able to relate to it. And I guess, do they get really excited about it? Is it something in America that's spoken about a lot, the Everest?
I think so. And actually, I was telling you off camera, I like the idea to have the sponsor committed for 3 years instead of one, like you mentioned was the Pegasus in the beginning, because that at least guarantee the event is going to last longer, and you give more opportunity to show out to the world. So I think it's a good opportunity. It's a great concept, and we should adopt that concept for other races in America as well.
And you're seeing some colour in the background here of how busy Randwick gets on a race day like the Everest. Is that something you're excited for and excited to broadcast back to a Spanish audience? Just the atmosphere of the entire track.
There is nothing that you can compare when you are at the track, is doing this type of live shows, because you can interact with people, you can watch the horses, you can see the horses live, how everything is going on, the atmosphere, how gold, increasing. I mean, it's the whole different ball game that when you do it in a studio or when you do it live. And like I say before, I think this is something that I identify the most, our live show, that we are on site, reaching people, but at the same time providing probably the best broadcast in Spanish that you can ever have.
We were speaking off air. Now in America, in terms of big races, Breeders' Cups, etc., a large number of them have been Kentucky Derbies have been won by Spanish-speaking jockeys, and I wonder if you thought, A, who do you reckon are the best over there, and B, do they want to come and maybe try and ride an Everest? Are there any trainers that want to bring a horse to an Everest and contest it for so much prize money? Is it gaining that traction in American thoroughbred racing?
It is funny that you asked me that question, because I would say, why not? Why not to come to the Everest? Why not to participate in the richest race, you know, in the turf richest race in the world? If you had that passion to go to the Dubai World Cup or to go to, you know, to the Saudi Cup, which is on dirt, why not to come here? Especially you had jockeys like Irat Ortiz Jr., his brother Jose, Luis Saez. I personally spoke with Junior Alvarado, Joel Rosario, talking about the Spanish-speaking jockeys, and Tyler Gaffalion on the English side, and they all show interest to come here. So it will be up to the, you know, organizers or to the owners, you know, to invite one of those jockeys. Why not?
Absolutely, and I guess what would make it easier is if some American connections had a really good horse that they could bring. Is there a horse that springs to your mind that would suit an Everest, a top-line American thoroughbred, 1,200 metres, maybe even 1,400 metres, because we know it's a really quickly run race sometimes. Is there a horse that would spring out to you might think could fit in?
Coburn. That's a Stephen Asmussen horse. I mean, I think it fit perfect for this race.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, I understand it is a Breeders' Cup. You know, they want to run. You want to keep your horse running in America. But if you compare the price and you compare, you know, the impact that you can have, you know, worldwide, especially if you're thinking with a horse when it's going to become a stallion, I think this is a better profile. And this horse fit perfect for this race.
Okay, now we spoke obviously at the top of how the race previously has been broadcast in Spanish. We obviously had that amazing Pride of Jenny, Queen Elizabeth win, last year's Everest winner. Think about it. I think we have audio and vision of that call in Spanish. We might take a listen to it, because this was a really, really exciting win. Let's see how it played out in Spanish.
Dominando la competencia Overpass en el TAB Everest del 2023. Aquí viene el ejemplar Private Eye atropellando por fuera, y también se une a la lucha el tresañero Cylinder y Private Eye. Parecen decidir el TAB Everest. Por fuera atropella Private Eye. También hay Wish I Win tratando de pasar entre dos. Domina el número 3, el ejemplar Think About It. Les ganó el TAB Everest. Think About It sobre Wish I Win. Think About It se mantuvo con Sam.
That's a great call, good energy. Now, you're the broadcaster. Who is the caller of the race?
It is David Merida. I would say David is one of the race announcer, but I would say David is the person that I admire his workcraft, his preparation, you know, toward to each race. It doesn't matter is the Everest, it doesn't matter it's a claiming race. It's the same preparation, so I'm proud to have it on my team.
It's going to be a really good day Saturday. Let's focus on the race coming up this Saturday. So your first in-person broadcast. We might take a look at the market. You were seeing the barrier draw last night. We were chatting off air. Obviously, the one-time favourite, Bellany Patina, draws barrier 12. That makes it hard, out to $8. I Wish I Win's the $5 favourite. Still plenty of time to make your mind up, don't forget. But who do you like at this stage?
Well, I'm still making my mind after last night, because I like Bellany Patina, but for what I understood, the post position 12, the draw 12, is not the best for her, and for any horse, by the way. But I think I Wish I Win is the best horse towards to the race. You know, is the horse to beat, but he's the favorite, and I don't play favorite. I'm sorry. So I may go for one, either Traffic Warden or a Storm Boy, which is Storm Boy is Coolmore.
Correct.
Traffic Warden is Godolphin, 3 years old. I was expecting a filly to do great in the Everest. I think the history told me the different, because if I'm wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. But I think no filly has finished in the top 3 at the Everest.
Now not many have tried, to be fair.
And not many have tried. That's true too. But I like the filly. But now I may think that 3-year-old is going to win it. But actually, not this race only, But I think the 3-year-old, they will dominate the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Okay, there we go, which is coming up shortly as well. So that's one to keep an eye on. But your Team Godolphin or Team Coolmore perhaps come Saturday. I can't wait to see how this...
I may change my mind.
You might change. Yeah, you've got time. You've got plenty of time. I'll have to hit you up on Saturday morning to see who you are tipping. It's going to be a great day there on Saturday. This is obviously a momentous occasion to be trackside broadcasting this race in Spanish and opens up so many possibilities for people worldwide to tune into this race, the world's richest turf race. It's going to be a cracker. We really appreciate you coming in studio. Best of luck out there on Saturday, but most of all, enjoy that day, enjoy that atmosphere. It's something like nothing else in the world.
And thank you, Luis. And I want to take a minute to thank also to my team, DRF and Espanol, which is, it takes a team. It doesn't take just one person. It takes the whole team to get where we are. And also to my bosses, especially Robert Forbeck and the Daily Racing Forum, who have given us the opportunity to present to the world DRF and Espanol. And now we're here in Australia. Excited.
Just quickly before I let you go, if there's anyone out there who knows a Spanish-speaking person or audience that want to tune into the broadcast, where are you broadcasting it to? On what platforms on Saturday?
It's going to be on our YouTube channel, drfenspanol.com, drfenspanol.com. Also the website. So it's going to be on the webpage. It's going to be on our YouTube channel. It's free to the world. Just come, enjoy, watch the races, enjoy the Everest, and La Casa de los Hípicos de Habla Hispana. I'll tell you that later.
Hopefully this is the first of many big broadcasts in Spanish from Randwick or in Sydney at any race course in general. Roberto, great having you on.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Again, I appreciate the whole team, Grant, and everybody. This is great for us.
It's going to be a big day on Saturday. A massive thank you to Roberto Rodriguez for joining us here in studio on the Morning Line as we take you to a break.
What makes